For 21 years, I never gave a thought to what we were taking from the earth or doing to the earth in the making of our products. And then in the summer of 1994, we began to hear questions from our customers we'd never heard before. What's your company doing for the environment? And we didn't have answers. The real answer was not very much. And it really disturbed many of our people, not me so much as them. And a group in our research department decided to convene a task force and bring people from our businesses around the world to come together to assess our company's worldwide environmental position, to begin to frame answers for those customers. They asked me if I would come and speak to that group and give them a kickoff speech to launch this new task force with an environmental vision. And I didn't have an environmental vision. I did not want to make that speech. And at sort of the propitious moment, this book landed on my desk. It was Paul Hawken's book, The Ecology of Commerce. And I began to read The Ecology of Commerce, really desperate for inspiration. And very quickly into that book, I found the phrase, the death of birth. It was E.O. Wilson's expression for species extinction, the death of birth, and it was a point of a spear into my chest. And I read on, and the spear went deeper, and it became an epiphanal experience, a total change of mindset for myself, and a change of paradigm. Unless we can make carpets sustainably, perhaps we don't have a place in a sustainable world, but neither does anybody else making products unsustainably.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one.
My name is Rory Hendricks. I'm currently the director of the Institute of Executive Development here in Abu Dhabi. Education educators, I think we have a great opportunity to work with leaders in trying to get them to become more mindful or thoughtful on the decisions that they make on behalf of the organizations on a day-to-day basis, the impact of those decisions on not only their organization but the communities that they work within, and of course the broadest context of the environment, and for them to start thinking about their role as more responsible leaders. The interesting thing is, how do you actually get leaders to become thoughtful about this? How do you actually get them to have the level of consciousness that they'll be thinking about the broader context and not just the shareholder value? And then how do you actually get them to shift into a different level of consciousness? I think that's the big and interesting question. The great leaders of our time, whether they're the Nelson Mandelas or Martin Luther Kings or Mother Teresa's, Gandhi's, they've all had a big formative event in their lives. A formative event in that it's been big enough or significant enough in their lives has actually shifted their perspective, and as a result they lead from a very different place. Some people, to get to this different level of consciousness has been simply as reading a book. The masses of leaders, we're going to need something a lot more sophisticated than what Ray Anderson did, was read a book. And that's to go back to these formative events, these big leadership development experiences. Could actually construct a learning or a development process for executives that would have the same impact. So again, the big question, how do you do that?